Evening, fuckfaces. Welcome to my humble abode. We're recording this video now, so I don't have to be near any of you. Let's get started. Mike, I found out your sister's gonna be a lawyer, and that's awesome. Your parents must be really proud, and you just finished your first leapfrog counting course, so that's truly impressive. Mike's got that confidence about him that just makes you glad all of his plans fail. I'm glad that Mike can't drive. He'd probably get lost on his way to his destination and end up at my house, and I really don't want to be near him more than I have to. It's hard to decide if you want him to get the license or not, so you don't have to drive him anymore, or you want him to get the license. Oh, that was fucking terrible. It's hard to decide whether or not you want him to have a license or not, because you don't want him to fucking kill anybody in a car because he's so fucking stupid. That's the point of the joke. Mike's the first person I met to graduate high school early just to start college late. And that's brain power right there. Now for my next victim. Andrew. You look like a woman that just gave up on her looks after having a litter of kids. This group is filled with a lot of unsuccessful artists, so it's nice to see that there's also an unsuccessful computer scientist too. Andrew has the kind of lips that only a mother could overlook. He's like an albino Mr. Popo. Andrew's the only full-grown adult I know that lost a wing-eating contest. Let's really hope that computer science thing works out, because you can't even succeed at being a clown. Andrew thinks I have no personality, but someone needs to let him know that being gay isn't a personality. Andrew will always be a second-place turd, second to join the swimming team, second to be a computer scientist, second to Hunter and Smash, second in a wing-eating contest to Rob. That's crazy. Andrew's got some serious money, which is more than any of you can say, but he still lives with mom and dad, so he's lamer than Hunter. Harrison, I don't know you well enough to roast you, and I'm kind of glad. That's one more joke than you're gonna have about me. Now for the big bitch. I love Rob. He's my third favorite Target employee. Rob loves to hate me. I'm pretty sure he's just doing that to try to flirt with me, and I'm pretty confident he would let me fuck his loose ice cube butthole if I asked. He would just never admit it in front of all of his cool friends, like Hunter. Rob's got the kind of strength that you only get from being 200 pounds overweight. He's constantly training just by existing. Imagine the only way you can stand up is to lift 400 pounds. You're strong as fuck too. You can't take that away from him. Not even he can take away the excess weight. Rob's the kind of guy who's fun to drink with for about an hour, and then you realize that you can afford your own booze. Rob has a strong stance about allergies being nature's way of killing people that are weak. But I'm pretty sure if Rob lived in the woods, he'd last about 12 hours because there's no Wendy's to bail him out, and the first bear or mountain lion that sees him would just catch him in no time. But sure, my throat hurting for 30 minutes, that would kill me way faster than you, Rob. You're so tough. I'm pretty sure diabetes is nature's way of killing you for your gluttony. Does he have diabetes? Never mind, just look at him. I've never met someone so obsessed with being cool, yet still be so fucking lame. He's the only one who likes his own Facebook statuses. Even my grandma catches a pity like from time to time, dude. Get it together. Rob thinks he's better than me because he can drink milk, and I've never been more confident that someone isn't better than me. Hunter. Sorry, next page. I've known Hunter for a while now. He felt the need to tell me a few years ago that he's autistic, so I just want to ask, Rob, why didn't you fucking tell him? You know, when I first saw Hunter's gold chains, I thought to myself, okay, this is a man with a plan. He's gonna lure in all the girls with his money, and then they'll see he lives like a homeless man in an attic. I guess he didn't have the whole plan thought through, but you know, what can you do? When I first met him, I thought he was cool, but that's probably because I was 13 and was too lazy to go further than a few blocks to hang out with someone. The competition was Kyle Johnson and Matt Lyons, so could you blame me? Hunter, from an objective point of view, you should have succeeded. You never did drugs, you're smart, and you're funny. What the fuck happened to you? Now you're just pushing 30, getting paid like you're 16, stuck in a car that can only be described as pussy repellent. Okay? And it's not like you didn't have a decent job, you just wasted all your money on stickers and lockboxes, so you could not use your internet for the day. It's nice to see Hunter experimenting with drugs now. Nothing like picking up bad habits when you're done nothing with your life to seal in the failure. Hunter started working on his album when I was in middle school, and now I own this house. Time flies. You spent all this time working on your pickup game, but no one's convinced you're straight yet. Rob likes to joke about my lack of calcium being a danger for my health, but can we talk about Hunter for a moment? I'm pretty sure if he got Kyle Johnson by 2 cars, he'd just evaporate, and then the drivers would think he went over a bump in the road or something. Hunter has spent so much time learning pickup artistry just to go to some country in South America and have his boss pay for the cheapest hookers in the Southern Hemisphere. Am I supposed to be happy for him on that one? Are we supposed to be happy for him on that one? Could have gotten a hooker and brick, dude. Hunter somehow drank so much of the pickup artist Kool-Aid that despite selling it to young incels for a living, he's still perfectly content being paid in experience and knowledge by another pickup artist. Hunter's so convinced he's gonna be super rich. That's it, that's the whole joke. Hunter's convinced he's gonna be rich. If you gave Hunter $1 million, I'm pretty sure he'd waste it on self-help gurus, premium packages, and more children's toys than he could fit in his bedroom. What does it say about the rest of you that Hunter is the smart leader of your group? Hunter's like... Hunter's the kind of guy who thinks he's the only one who understands exactly how smart and funny Rick and Morty is. Hunter told me he was surprised that there's people who are unironically racist. Like racism was just a big joke and everyone was in on it. If Teal Swan said that you needed to smoke crack to master yourself, he'd be living under a bridge in a month. How are you guys gonna let Hunter make fun of you for your looks? Harrison, he makes fun of your nose. Andrew makes fun of your lips. Rob, you're fat. What the fuck? Hunter looks like a character creator set to random. He's 4 feet tall, he's got goofy ass ears, crooked Owen Wilson nose, wonky teeth. What the fuck, dudes? He's like, I can't stand you guys sometimes. I once saw Hunter Sasso try to feed a flock of seagulls with 1 uncooked potato. You're like a little boy who was raised in a factory and then just set loose with a wallet, and you're just making it up as you go. You're so dumb, dude. This next segment is gonna be broadly aimed at all of you. Y'all suck, you're fucking losers, and you're broke. Eric Gilmore out.
Alrighty, here we go. I wouldn't be surprised. It's been fucking 1.5 years since I've been waiting to do this shit. You can tell I'm excited.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah. Okay, everybody, we are live. Welcome everybody to the roast of Eric Gilmore. I'm your host, Hunter Sasso, about to kick some things off. It's been an entire year and change since the last roast. We've shared so many memories together as friends, fire extinguishers and all. This year's theme is the man of mystery himself. In the next hour or so, we're going to discover who the real Eric Gilmore is. Looks like our roasters are a little more prepared this time, so that's good. And I'm just going to begin. I'm going to do Eric last. Okay, let's start this off with the human blimp. I have a lot of fat friends, but Robert 80 really takes the cake. Where's he going? What the fuck?
My mom just got home from work.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. I have a lot of fat friends, but Robert 80 really takes the cake. You know, when I first met Rob, I asked him to do an impression of a walrus, and he's never stopped. I've always imagined that if Rob was a video game character, he'd be able to go into some kind of diabetic rampage and like double his attack strength or something. I love how your name is Robert Eddie Jr. Does this behemoth look like a junior to anyone? We could call you Robert Eddie Whopper Jr. That'd be a better name. Or maybe Robert Eddie Double Extra Quarter Pounder Bacon Cheese. Or how about Fat Fucking Tubby Shit? Look at him giggling like a fat hamster. What's the matter, ham sandwich? Your mom accidentally give you 2 lunch boxes every day for 12 years? You know, Michael Jordan says, always be hungry. I don't think this is what he meant. Rob's like, I'm dieting. When I eat 17 cakes in one sitting, I put cherries on top of them. A lot of people say that Rob is funny, but I think a little differently. Your comedy's terrible. You're the only one who likes your dumb Facebook comments, and any joke you make that's ever good is just you leeching off of jokes I founded. The Eric Milk joke milks it dry. The 4-second joke ejaculates up all the punchlines in less than 5 seconds. You're just a fat, unfunny leech who needs to quit riding this office jock. Quit riding my dick, bro. You know, for this big stand-up guy, you sure do a lot of sitting around. You call yourself an alpha, but if that's true, then how come you're too pussy to respond to Eric Gilmore's disses on the mic? That's what I fucking thought. Guy's a bitch. You somehow found a way to make sneezing gross. You guys know Jess. She works at this place called The Ark, where they take care of, you know, mentally disabled people, all sorts of different mongoloids. You know, I guess Jess just loves working with retards so much that she said to herself, I should date this chubby one and let him fuck me. No one else is ever gonna love him. And she was right. Funny enough, apparently Rob only has one insecurity. He told me, Hunter, anything goes in the roast, but he begged me not to make fun of the bald spot on top of his head. Look, Rob's hair is just like his personality. It's wild, it's everywhere, it fills up the entire room. Of course you would be insecure about the one space you can't fill up. For all the things you can't handle. Poop jokes and bald spots. Don't you all get that vibe that Rob wants to fuck all of us? I mean, I know he says he wouldn't, but like, isn't that what a rapist would say? Just keep your eyes open at night, that's all I'm saying. Mike Nagy, the one-eyed retard, returns. You know what I really like about Mike? Mike takes the craft of writing very seriously. First, he rallies up as many minorities as he possibly can. Then he fucks one of them. There's no step 3. I always wonder if Mike's colorblind. Does he see me in color? I was excited to let Mike know that he moved up on the alpha tier list, but I mean, you know, it's not like he knows what 6 is. Listen, brother, if you're out there, if you want to be a fan of Hulk Hogan, then you got to learn to eat a whole pizza. That pizza contest fucked Mike up. Not only did he lose out on winning the t-shirt and became everyone's bitch, but his stomach was just like, I can't take another L, dog. You're allergic to gluten now. Alright, Andy. I think Andy hates Kaon because he knows that no matter how hard he tries, he'll never be a fully fleshed out 3-dimensional woman. I'm not the biggest fan of anime, but I will say that the worst ninja is not Naruto. It's Andy Sheik. Did you know that Andy hangs out with every Wawa employee he can find? Something about them having the same scourge of the earth vibration together makes them feel less alone in this world. You know when you're playing Roblox with your friends from middle school and while you're building, your character's just like, this structure is not sustainable. I've never played Roblox. Alright, let's just move on. Harrison. I like how your dad didn't even bother with a second sibling. After he saw what came out the first time, he was just like, I don't like what we're making here. Harrison's this huge anime nerd now. How'd you become a worse nerd in just a year? He watches so much K-On! He's practically a little anime girl. Oh my gosh, the mastermind's about to start. I sure hope Senpai Sasso notices me. You should change your tag from Tenderfoot to Landmine, because if a girl stepped on you, you'd explode. Harrison's so dumb. Harrison's so Harrison's so dumb that he interrupts my fucking bit with his laughter. Harrison's so dumb that he saw a fat, hairy, gross Mexican named Nate and said, "I want to be just like him." And then he didn't make the cut, like always. Harrison's favorite distance is 2 feet. I feel like Harrison. I feel like Harrison and Jeff Bezos are the most opposite members of the Amazon workforce. One's got billions of dollars and is currently flying around in space. The other's on K-On forums with his dick out. This is why Lisa cheated on you. She was probably like, "Harrison, let's have normal sex." And you were just like, "Duh, take your socks off and step on my balls." Alright, Kyle Johnson. I like to think that before Kyle Johnson had sex, he looked up foreplay, and because he skipped English class, he mistook it for the number 4. You know, like, "Hey, yeah, foreplay, I got it. You got to bust in under 4 seconds, no fucking problem." I think that Kyle's best quality is his mom's pretty fuckable. Okay, boys, these jokes were all fun, but I think it's about time we roasted the virgin. There's 2 types of virgins in this world. People who were like myself, who practically weren't and hit it very well. And then there's Eric Gilmore. Now, a lot of you are thinking, "Oh, Hunter's gonna have mountains to say about Eric. He knows him the best." I know as much as you do. I don't know shit about him. He never talks. It's like being friends with a brick wall. You guys remember Johnny and Plank? I just befriended him for the challenge. I don't know what's heavier, Rob or carrying Gilmore in conversation. Eric, what's it like having your head so full of shit? What's up with that? How do I put this nicely? The best things he's ever said were always written by someone else. Maybe if he got a ghostwriter for his penis, he'd actually get laid. Eric hides all of his thoughts, emotions, and opinions from us because he's afraid that we'll uncover the truth. There aren't any. One time, Eric told me pickup was weird. He then proceeded to never speak to a woman again. Or any human being for that matter. Alright, so that's actually my roast, but I have a special Hunter Sasso bit called Appreciation Month, where I say one thing I appreciate about all my friends, because, you know, I'm a nice guy who's not always mean. Harrison. Harrison is fierce when it comes to the things he believes in. He's not afraid to fight for whatever retarded thought he has, and I respect that. That sounds backhanded, but it's not. He's not afraid to argue his perspective, and that's awesome. Andy. Andy's a great people person. He somehow knows how to make everyone around him happy and relaxed. Something I really admire about Andy. He also says boyo a lot, so that's extra cute. Mike. Mike's a good dude. He's got a lot of that childlike creative energy that most people lose when they become adults, so I really like that about him. Watching Mike grow a lot has also been really rewarding. Kyle Johnston. Kyle Johnston's one of my favorite underrated aspects of Kyle Johnston is that jokes don't go over his head. He's very sharp. He's good at catching all the little jokes that I throw out there. You can tell the wheels are always turning, which is absent in most people of his demographic. That's not a joke, I swear. Eric. I've always said that Eric and I complement each other really well. Eric has the ability to see what I don't see and convey that to me in a way that I actually understand, which I really like and appreciate. Few people can do it the way Eric can. And then Rob, I appreciate Rob pretty much every waking second. He's just a fun, goofy guy. He's a nice guy too, deep down. Like the nicest guy you'll ever meet. After all the planning and hard work that I put in to make events happen, I often get worried that I won't have the energy to make everyone have enough fun. But time and time again, this alpha always manages to bring the party wherever he goes. And appreciating your friends is the most alpha thing you can do. Hunter Sasso out. I'll clean up your backyard. Wait, what?
I'm going to clap for the man.
Hell yeah. Give me your clothing. All of it. Take it off. Take it off, you little boy. Take it the fuck off. This isn't a joke.
So all good roasts start with the easiest to be roasted, and I think we can all agree that that person is undoubtedly Mike Nagy. Some people are transgender, but Mike is trans-ethnic. He's imported his girlfriend from Asia. He imported his traditional values from Asia. He imported his inspiration for comics and unfinished projects from Asia. I hope one day scientists will be able to change humans' facial structure so Mike can change his ethnicity to Japanese, forcing his eyes to squint and making it even harder for himself to ever drive a car. While Mike is trans-ethnic, Andrew is transgender. Andrew's always talking about freedom of thought and, you know, free market and everything. He says, oh yeah, the inner game of tennis, you know, it really changed my perspective, you know. The book talks about detaching yourself from judgmental thinking. It says that when you judge your actions, it's like having a boss over your shoulder shouting at you that you messed up. Meanwhile, Andrew goes around going, whoa, you spent $10 in Chipotle, Harrison? You need to rethink your finances. Whoa, you're using a tissue to clean your glasses, Delaney? You need to rethink how you clean your glasses. You're watching movies in your free time, Mike? You need to focus on your comics more. You are the boss shouting over people's shoulders, you cunt. and then he jokes about owning everything, and jokes about knowing everything, and jokes about being Jesus, and then expects everyone to believe he's not a narcissistic control freak. Speaking of narcissistic control freaks, my man Hunter Sasso's here. I understand why you make fun of Andy for all his stock advice and why you're so resistant to using your money wisely. You've been stuck in a sunken cost fallacy for 12 years. When the fuck's the album coming out? You know, the album's more about like, you know, like my journey through what's going on, you know, like, it's more about like, I'm using it as like a vehicle to like explore my mind, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, Teal says sunken cost fallacy is just investing in yourself, so like, actually, I'm like on the right path to enlightenment, you know, like, here's my 25 lessons I learned while making the album. Alphas always go last and, you know, justify being obese. There's your new video, Rob. I expect royalties for it. Rob's always in character, but when is he ever out of character? He's got a bachelor's degree, a full-time job, a girlfriend. He read 100 books in a year. He started his own YouTube channel. You think this guy has a lot to say about the world, but whenever you hang out with him, he only communicates through his weird fucking characters. He has worse multiple personality disorder than Mike Nagy. I mean, I don't know, fucking Eric can't drink milk, Kyle still like smokes spice or some shit, John Moore fucks his brother, and Garrett's good at melee or something.
It's not even a bad thing. He dodged it.
Andy, you're a good man. I appreciate you. You're really smart. You know, you always fucking question me on stuff, and you know, it's good to have I don't know, someone, you know, an alternative perspective. Oh, this is the boast part. Sorry, this is like the roast, and then you switch it to the boast, you know. So anyway.
Thanks for letting us know.
So I appreciate you, Andy. You're a good friend. I appreciate the way you question me on shit. I don't know. You're a very smart man. You're very, you know, good with your finances and shit. What is it? Oh yeah, Mike. I think Mike's really fucking creative. Mike definitely inspires me to, I don't know, like think like a child, but like in a good way. Very similar to what Hunter said, but like that's like actually what I was thinking as well. So, Hunter, you're definitely very like persistent and like also very like loyal as a friend. I appreciate that about you very much.
Thank you, man.
I definitely, I don't know. I struggle to like be as loyal as other people or whatever, so I mean that's I don't know, it's a really good quality that you have, I think. And Rob, I mean, you're just absolutely hilarious and definitely a pleasure to work with as well.
He writes mean
whenever we've done
you.
But yeah, I don't know, you have like it's good for like creative freedom and shit like that, like whenever I work with you or whatever. But yeah, that's my shit. I'm completed.
I love how, like, Harrison's like, Andy, you're like the boss who's always yelling over the shoulder. And then for the boast, you're like, thanks for kind of being the boss that's always yelling over my shoulder.
Hey everybody, how are you doing tonight? I want to just start this off by saying cheers, Eric Gilmore.
Cheers to Eric Gilmore.
Here's Eric Gilmore. Eric, you know, I've known you longer than anyone else here. And I gotta ask, man. Oh. Let's just take the tie off. The boss is getting loose. Eric, you know, I've known you longer than anyone else here. I gotta ask, man, what happened? That bright-eyed, eccentric boy who I had many fond childhood memories with has essentially become a vegetable. Did they give you a lobotomy to quiet you down? Everyone here probably thinks that it's normal that you don't ever talk, but it's not. I'm concerned. You're not even able to handle being at your own roast, and you didn't even write your own jokes either. It was obviously Hunter who wrote those. Funny jokes, by the way. Too bad they were delivered by Eric. Haven't you ever had a public speaking course throughout all your years of school? Or rather, when's the last time you even interacted with another human being? When Hunter was last in Brick? You call yourself a programming genius? You write code to sell games to toddlers. You can't even make something for real people, just babies. So much for our master coder. Make something useful. Speaking of useful, Rob. When are you going to stop pretending that you're useful? Every week you'll have a master plan that will kick off your YouTube channel just to reveal another 4-second series where you ramble like a lunatic. You got to try something new. YouTube hates you. I've never seen someone so excited to have 2 new subscribers in a fiscal year. You should just quit. Focus on Target. Make me some more money.
Oh my God.
Money that Hunter Sasso will never have. What happened to making $200 million and buying the Banjo-Kazooie IP? Like that would even work. Do you just give up on that like you gave up on your album, Pickup, Melee, and everything else you ever touched? You have a black thumb of life, dude. Your taste in men's fashion is like your taste in pizza. Whenever you post a picture of you after the club with your cool clothes on, I just wonder which gay bar you went to. I have never seen anyone try as hard as you do just to make no progress, quit, and then try again next week to repeat the cycle. You can't even quit correctly. At least Mike knows how to quit. Where's Mike? Fuck, he quit the roast. Mike has quit so many projects, which is probably a good thing looking at the things that he has completed. Mike's a professional quitter. Not only does he quit his personal projects, Mike has pretty much quit trying to be a functional human being altogether. He quit trying to drive, having a normal job, leaving the house, paying off his student loans, having a normal relationship. I could keep going, but it would be easier to just say Mike quits everything. Good job at quitting, Mike. What's even more extreme than quitting everything? Never even trying in the first place.
There we go.
Harrison, did you just look in the mirror one day in middle school and think, yeah, it's not worth the effort to hut? Your indecisiveness hurts. The amount of masterminds that we're all sitting there after asking you a question, and you just silently blank stare into the screen as if the gears are turning in your head. And then you just say, yeah, I don't know, dude, 5 minutes later and the topic dies. What are you even thinking about? Are you having a hard time following the plot in your own brain? Your fetish is the equivalent of never trying to. You don't even have to pull any girls. Just look at their feet after they take their shoes off at the party and sneak the shoes into the bathroom when no one is looking. If you're lucky, they'll catch you and kick you. For everybody else, John, you have incest with your brother, that was already said. Good Kyle, you're a degenerate. Shit Kyle, you smoke too many cigarettes. Jess, you had sex with Rob. Garrett, you're a pretty good dude. Come to more masterminds. I'm gay.
All right.
I'm gay.
Good shit, man. That was amazing. Hell yeah.
All right. Sup, losers? It's funny, I already wrote in the intro, Harrison, thanks for the beer. It's the only reason I came. You're such a shitty host, bro. All right, first I'm going to start with Andy Low-Pressed P. You see what I did there? I said you were pee-pee, so you could be number 1 for a change. Fun fact about Andy. Did you know in high school his nickname was Faggot? You know, they say money can't buy you good friends, and Andy is living proof of that. Your taste in anime is just as bad as your taste in Friends. Seriously, look at this motley crew of chodes you choose to associate, or who chose to associate with you, I should say. Never before have I seen somebody who has so much money be so unfuckable. The reason why Andy loves the inner game of tennis so much is just because he can't stop thinking about balls. Fun fact about Andy. Andy suffers from hemorrhoids, which is why he's so butthurt every time he loses an argument to Harrison. Seriously, Andy, you tried to match wits with Harrison and lost, further cementing your role as a second-place loser. I'm kind of jumping ahead with the compliments, but on a good day, Andy looks like a drag queen the morning after. Andy is also a narcissist. He is so narcissistic, he could only bring himself to date someone who looked like him. Seriously, like, Andy looks like he's Kirby and he just sucked up and swallowed her. Andy was able to light a fire for us at the campsite. Too bad when he challenges anybody to anything, it always goes up in smoke. Andy is a third-party voter because he can't bear the thought of winning. If Andy were an animal, I think he'd be a hare. As quick as he is, he'll always get second place. Andy lost to Hunter so many times in Smash Brothers, he started studying stocks.
Oh my god!
That's good. So Andy, when it came to roasting me, I believe that you brought your A game, but you just got four-stocked. Let this one can chill here for a moment. Yeah, I wish I had a podium. That would have been professional. All right.
Fucking moron.
All right.
Get off the stage.
All right. Mike Nagy. More like ugh.
Oh my god.
Mike is like the Red Power Ranger if the Red Power Ranger was a dumb piece of shit. Now, listen, boys. I know that the way your lives are so sad, there are probably many moments where you guys consider killing yourself. And if you were to, just be sure to wear a jacket, because hell has frozen over. Mike Nagy got laid. Every time I make plans with Mike, I immediately want to cancel them, which is okay, because he usually cancels first. Now, Mike Nagy did us all a favor by not showing up. The Mike Nagy creative process: step 1, come up with a dumb idea. Step 2, have Rob make it funny. Step 3, do nothing with it. The last roast, I made fun of Mike Nagy and said he was going to fail his driving test again. How'd that go? Now, there's one thing about Mike Nagy that I do like, and that's his family. His family is so nice. I have nothing but nice things to say about his family. They are so nice. You see, Mike's family, they treat you like you're the normal kid playing with the special needs kid. Like, oh, hey, you're playing with Mike. That's so nice. I remember the last roast. The last roast was so... like, they're just grateful that you're talking to the little mutant. The last roast was funny because Mike didn't prepare anything. He said, I'm just gonna wing it. Dude, you fail when you try your hardest. How are you gonna improvise? Now, you see, Mike treats all of his art projects like a pizza. He gets about 75% done and then just gives up.
Oh my god.
The The most attractive thing about Mike Nagy is his head writer. Yeah. This joke is relevant. Mike keeps sleeping in and flaking on people. Can't disappoint people if I'm not awake. Unfortunately, Mike Nagy didn't flake on this roast, so now I have to look at his dumb face. Oh, wait, I should have... Sorry, that was the first draft. I thought he'd be here. Look, now, he has a long-distance relationship with his girlfriend. I'm thinking about getting a long-distance relationship with Mike, too. That's the only way a relationship with Mike can work. Any woman who spends enough time with that Mexican midget is turning into a lesbian. Mike and I have a Disney-esque relationship where, like, I'm like Gaston and he's like LeFou, like he's obsessed with me. And Mike is the kind of guy who would display his participation trophies. And he did us a favor by not showing up. All right, hold on. Sorry, I need my phone for this. All right, I'm gonna do a speed run. All right, let me just set the timer. Okay. Kyle Johnson, the human speed bump, mud flaps, 4 seconds, cheeseburgers, buffet, cucked Harrison, fat smokes, yo-yos. 4 seconds, got it. That's the last I ever want to talk about that kid ever again.
No yo-yos.
Okay. All right. Let me do an impression. You have to have a high IQ to understand Rick and Morty. You have to have a high IQ to understand Teal Swan. I have a high IQ. My name is Hunter Poopy Butts. Now, one thing about Hunter, I've said this before, but studying pickup and losing your virginity to prostitutes is one of the saddest things I've ever heard. Like, that is like a Mike Nagy level of failure. That would be like me studying to become a personal trainer and then getting liposuction. Now, other than those prostitutes, and despite dedicating his life to pickup, he's only been able to find one woman willing to sleep with him for free. That makes him tied with Mike Nagy and Chris Chan. Growing up with Hunter was staunchly anti-drug. No drugs, no booze, a straight-edge fool. When he started doing drugs, he turned into a crazy person. And I have a hunch that gay sex is going to be the same way. He's going to go cock crazy. It would make sense, right? He's been talking about it all this time. He's going to try it, and he's going to friggin' love it. Hey, Hunter. The wardrobe department called. You dress like a fucking tool. Hey, Hunter. The mirror called. Your nose is huge. Hey, Hunter. Melissa called. No, she didn't.
Oh, man. Oh, God, dude.
Hunter owns a body pillow of RSD Tyler. The only thing Hunter hates more than beta males is deodorant. Hunter pretends to be an alpha the same way a child dresses up in his dad's clothes and pretends to be a man. Hunter chokes on pizza.
5 minutes ago.
Hunter dedicated his life to mastering a game that 8-year-olds play at sleepovers. Hunter Sasso constantly uses making his album like as he makes excuses for why it's not done. It's a vehicle for this, it's a vehicle for that. I hope that it becomes a vehicle you use to drive into a brick wall. Hunter Sasso is the first person in human history to downgrade from being a janitor. Hunter is deaf in one ear. Lucky. Every time he starts rambling on about Teal Swan, I wish I was deaf too. Hunter acts like he's an alpha, but he's the biggest simp in the world for Teal Swan. I'd like her advice. You like that she shows her cleavage. If she had been fat, you would have just left a comment about feminism and fucked off. I wish Teal Swan would make a video about shutting the fuck up. I wish Teal Swan would make a video about how drinking bleach opens your third eye. Hey, you know the reason why he kept failing his driving test? It's because Teal Swan never made a video on parallel parking. Fun fact, the first person to suck Hunter Sasso's cock was Hunter Sasso. Let me see what I got here. I'll be honest, I expected you to go harder. I'm sorry. Now I seem like a bully. But that one joke you said was hilarious. That one thing. Remember when he said the Hunter Sasso LP comes out this year? Also, I love the narcissism. Naming the LP after yourself, like your name has any, you have any name recognition or marker. Like people are gonna go, oh, Hunter Sasso made an album? The most you'll hope for is like anyone from high school who's like, oh, the quiet kid who used to draw cocks on his binders, he made a rap album? Now, you guys are all there when Hunter Sasso had a bad trip on mushrooms and ran out of the tent screaming, I'm Hunter Sasso! I'm Hunter Sasso! And at the time, I was pissed. But now I get it. If I thought I was Hunter Sasso, I'd run into traffic too. Now, isn't it funny how it's only when he's high on mushrooms that he can actually read a room? You guys remember. I feel like you guys hate me. I feel like you guys want to hurt me.
Oh my god.
Also, this guy drinks way too much water for someone who can drink milk. Hunter, the only thing bigger than your nose is your ego, and the only thing smaller than your dick is the probability of the Hunter Sasso LP being finished in our lifetime. All right, who else is there?
Next year I'm getting back.
Oh my god. There's section alone and watch it with everyone.
Oh, we haven't gotten beer.
All right. Now, Harrison, more like Dorcason. So, I was working at Target, and I found out something that was funny. You know, small world. Turns out another coworker I knew was actually friends with Harrison. Small world, right? That blew my mind. I had no idea Harrison had friends. Harrison looks like he spent the majority of his high school years inside of a locker. Harrison greets women by saying, "Hey there, my name's Harrison," and women greet Harrison with "Ew." He watches K-On! Because he wishes he had real friends. Harrison looks like Elliot Rodger feels. Harrison once dated a pedophile. I guess she was attracted to your baby penis. Oh my god. Harrison.
Too good.
I'm not saying you're ugly, but people think about your face during sex to keep from coming. Every year on your birthday, your dad prays for forgiveness.
Oh my God.
You know, every time you go on vacation with your family, they think about leaving you. Okay, this is a weird transition. Has anyone ever been to a nude beach? Nude beaches are kind of fun because you get the full sun experience. It's different, and But the one thing that's really uncomfortable is there's always like some creep who's like staring at you. Like every beach, there's like one fucking creep just staring at you. That's Harrison on every beach. He sees all those cute girls with their toes in the sand, and he just has to stare. Now Harrison took time out of his way. Remember last year, or however long ago it was, he took time out to host a get-together at his house 2 weeks in a row. And the only thing anyone remembers about it is his dad with the fire extinguisher.
Oh my God.
Harrison, it makes sense that you're non-binary. If I lived your life, I wouldn't be able to call myself a man either. Harrison has the kind of face that makes you wish the Holocaust lasted a little longer. It's funny that Hunter was telling me how him and Harrison used to practice game together. Like, he's into game and pickup. Like, okay, Harrison does game like a child with an unplugged controller. You'd fit right in at Blizzard. Harrison failed at RuneScape. He's a failure at acting. I don't got a joke.
I did it for free. Fuck you.
Not a joke.
Now, Harrison is the type of guy... Nah, I can't say that. He's not a guy. Oh, here's one. He's the type of guy who would say the N-word to be the center of attention. For Father's Day next year, you should get your dad a new son. Oh yeah, did you ever, I asked you to look this up. Apparently Governor Murphy has issued a mandate that masks are mandatory for Harrison's dumb, ugly face. Like, Harrison looks like the embodiment of brushing your teeth and drinking orange juice.
Oh my God.
Harrison, I was always thinking it'd be kind of funny if you ever wanted to get back with your ex, maybe we could put you in a little suspenders, give you like a big old lollipop, a little spinny hat, dress you up like an adorable little boy. Now look, I know I'm making jokes, but listen, I want nothing more than for Harrison to get a girlfriend. I would want to meet her. It would be like meeting Bigfoot. Listen, if you really want to get a girlfriend, all you need to do is just do what Mike did. Just flex on a girl who lives in a poor country where, like, basic human commodities are a luxury, you know? Be like, check it out, running water, and it's drinkable. Hey, check it out. My house has 4 walls strong enough to keep the monkeys out. We're not done yet.
I thought that was a transition to mine.
Let me see. Oh, this one I wrote down during the roast, where Harrison said Mike helps him think like a child, which is good news if you want to get back with your ex.
Oh my God. Shut up.
Harrison. Harrison, I know you're worried that your dad might be disappointed with you, and I just want to reassure you, it's not just your dad. Everyone's disappointed in you. Finally, something about Harrison. Harrison wears t-shirts for bands named after things he doesn't have. So that just leaves the man of the hour, am I right? Oh, wait.
You Mike yet?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. Remember, I called him LaFoe.
You did.
Pizza.
Oh, true.
75.
Now, if there's one thing I know about me, it's that I love being the center of attention, and I love overdoing everyone else. So I want to show you how much better I am than all of you fart knockers. I've written a bunch of roasts about myself, and they're going to be funnier than anything any of you wrote. All right, let's go. Rob, you brag about being able to eat more, like that's a desirable trait. How can somebody who is so people-pleasing and so craving of attention and affection be so unpleasant? Also, you can't go 20 minutes without taking a shit. You're a fucking poop factory. You call yourself an alpha, but you can only attract girls the size of a van. Hey, Rob, drinking milk is not a personality. Here's what Rob does, all right? Here's what I do. Rob, you eat 40 pounds of food, call yourself an alpha, and then bitch about how no one likes you. You're lazy. Coming up with things to insult Rob 80 with is super easy. Hey, you want to hear the Rob 80 business plan? Act like a dumbass in front of a camera for an hour, split it up into short clips and spread it out over a year, and then act shocked that you're not famous. You refuse to wear a shirt because you want everyone to be as disgusted with your body as you are.
That's so good. That's so good.
You have so much confidence for someone who has never done anything. And you have the worst friends. You surround yourself with unfunny losers so you can look cool in comparison. And now for the man of the hour, Eric Gilmore. Woo! Oh shit, Eric's not here. It's funny, like you don't notice when he's not here. Hey guys, did you know that Eric is allergic to having a personality? When Eric was a kid, he didn't get invited to birthday parties because they served ice cream cake. It's okay, Eric. Even if there wasn't milk, you still wouldn't have been invited.
Oh my god.
Eric, the funniest thing you could do is drink milk. Eric has the body of a 12-year-old boy who didn't drink his milk. Yeah, Hunter, it was a good move not inviting Eric to this roast. Oh, did you know Eric can't drink milk? Eric is one of those no-fappers, right? It doesn't surprise you, right? Eric looks like a kid who never jacked off. He's a no-fapper because he's trying to hold on to as much milk as he can. Eric brags about owning a home. Meanwhile, he has like 6 roommates fucking sharing a bed with him. And Eric's not here because he's social distancing himself for fear of catching a personality. All right, let's say some nice shit. I'll start with the people who aren't here. Eric. Thanks for coming. Eric, you're a good, supportive friend. I can always call you up with a video idea. No matter how dumb it is, you'll come do it. Support that. And even though I say you don't have a personality, you still laugh at my jokes. It makes you okay in my book. Kyle, you're nice to me.
All right.
And I like that. Mike Nagy, you're always coming up with projects for me to do. The fact that you think about me, and the fact that you can recognize my greatness, that you can see how much of a great actor I am, and you understand how much value I bring to projects. Like it's always good to be recognized. You know I'm awesome, but having someone else, it's nice to have someone else recognize that.
Don't feel bad about not doing it.
Harrison, you make a lot of, you're fun to be around, and you help me with projects.
I just Mike too.
You Mike too.
Electric Boogaloo.
I said that, when Mike said he wasn't coming, I thought about just changing the names on some of the jokes. A lot of overlap. But no, listen, Harrison, seriously, you're awesome.
I already made that joke, you fucking idiot.
Thanks for inviting us here. Thanks for, having your dad be such a great host. You have a great dad.
You should compliment his dad.
This is my
Oh shit.
spirituality. I chose my dad.
Oh man, look at Andy's shirt. Weren't you paying attention when Eric said being gay is not a personality? That was a line I forgot. But no, seriously, Andy, you're cool. Thanks for all the finance advice and all the unsustainable stuff you bring to our to our attention. And all around just being a cool dude. Oh wait, I gotta say something. Do I say something nice about myself now? I'm pretty hot. Hunter, you're awesome. Thanks for having an awesome sense of humor, for being able to recognize how hilarious I am.
Same thing.
Thanks for giving me energy all the time and helping motivate me to make shit. Like every time you hear, it's like we got to make 100 things. We gotta put our dicks together and make a video about it, or two straight guys try docking. That could be a YouTube video. What was I talking about? Oh, Hunter.
Yeah.
When you actually take the effort to rap, you can be pretty funny. And your car's not the best, but you still drive me in it. That's pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
I think that's a wrap.
All right.
Love you, Chodes.
And this was the roast of Eric Gilmore. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted at the roast of Eric Gilmore?
Yes, I wanted to drink
Fuck
an
yeah.
entire carton of milk, and we did it.
Pay-per-view.
Just for Eric. Just for you, bud.
HBO, we're coming.